All right, gang, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for Monday, the 25th of November, 2019. We've got a lot of action going on. It's the moon's last day in Scorpio, all right? It is Venus's last day up in Sagittarius, okay? So Venus is at the 29th degree of Sagittarius, going to be moving into Capricorn. It's the first of our personal planets to cross the leap of faith into a concrete sign of Capricorn. Is going to get very serious. But right now, we still have the sun. We still have Jupiter. It's last week. Next Monday, it moves out of Sagittarius into Capricorn as well. It's been there for a whole year. Let me show you the chart. Show you what's going on here. All right, Mars. Okay. Still creating that opposition to Uranus. We're still working with the shadow. Obviously, our moon is still here in Scorpio, still working with the shadow. Okay, Mercury still moving forward here, creating this water trine once again. All right, deep emotions, deep emotional, old emotions, old, stagnant, stuck energy. You don't know what grows under the things that don't move, right? It's very important that Mars is in here right now as well, creating that trine to the North Node. The North Node reminding us to be compassionate and caring, gentle with ourselves, gentle with other people, right? Neptune, of course, is telling us to expand beyond what we thought was possible, still creating that sextile over here to Saturn. Very, very powerful connection, both in their home signs. This is the magic of this. The sextile is not uncommon between Saturn and Neptune. Happens about every 15 years or so. But them being in their own signs is what it makes this such a powerful. Saturn moves around every 30 years. This takes 176 years for Neptune to move around the zodiac. We never have a Neptune return. Right? We never have a Pluto return. It's 233 years, something like that for Pluto. Right? So these are really long and slow transits, So it takes a long time. So Neptune, being home in Pisces, the non-tangible, the non-physical world, and having a deeper understanding of our non-physical selves while connecting to our physical selves, right? My dreams, my imagination, all of these things are not part of the physical world, but I create them here in the physical world with the power of Saturn and this Capricornic energy, right? So this is a super, super powerful connection, okay? And that, of course, coming back here to Mercury to complete our water trine, which is going to happen for another couple of days. It's going to break right before Thanksgiving on Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have this connection, Mercury. So it's still about communication and thinking. We're going to be in deep thought process over the next couple of days, working on our personal expansion, being tender with ourselves. Really, really important, right? To give ourselves that care that we would want to give to somebody else. And we can look at somebody else and say, I can unconditionally love you and I can care about you and it's okay if you've messed up. But yet when we come to ourselves, our own shadow, we have a very hard time letting go of certain things, forgiving ourselves. And this is a great day as the moon. This is what the moon needs, is to continue that deep shadow work, right? And as we see here, the moon at 21 degrees is going to be creating that beautiful sextile up to Pluto, which is all about transformation. So again, this is the deep-rooted emotional stuff here in Scorpio, the under-the-surface kind of stuff. This is our caring and nurturing, like, hey, I'm going to cook you a nice, warm, hot meal and take care of you, give you a massage, things like that. This is that... the things that are, again, are not on the surface, the things that are beneath what the physical eye can see, all right? And definitely still deals with that bit of power, sexiness, and beauty, our shared resources. So here we have the moon, our emotional moon, needing to go deeper, needing to go beneath the surface, and connecting with Pluto. Now, Pluto's home sign is Scorpio, right? So these are really feeding off of each other. So emotionally, we're really allowing ourselves to be able to transform. We're allowing ourselves the change that we absolutely need. And with this grand water trine happening, we're highlighting things that we might not have seen, things that we have buried, okay? coming to the surface. And Mars, again, cleaning house, letting go of some of that old. All right. Now, coming back up here, the sun, lighting the way in Sagittarius, reminding us to have faith, reminding us to be able to journey outside of self, to be able to journey outside of our comfort zone, which is super important as we're dealing with this shadow work. You know, we have to be able to get outside of our comfort zone and have faith in the complete unknown. I don't really know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm headed, but I'm a bright, shining light, and I'm moving. I'm moving in the direction of my heart, what I'm feeling. You know, we still have this little conjunction happening today. It was exact on Sunday. Really beautiful connection. I hope everybody felt that, right? We're feeling more than thinking. We're feeling our way through this change. And as we're feeling it, that's what's creating the spark in the brain that says, oh, aha, aha. You know, Uranus, the Great Awakener. Aha. Now I can create the change that I need to create that space that I need. And here with Venus's last day and Jupiter's last week here, coming right around the 29th degree, again, not only faith, but once we have the faith, you know, well, what happens from there? You know, the 29th degree of Sagittarius is the flag bearer becoming the Pope, okay, for lack of better words. It is, you know, someone who just continued the work and continued the work and became a staple at what they do, a staple in their faith, a staple in their spirituality, a staple in believing in themselves and believing in their own journey. And by just being almost that oddball out, marching to the beat of your own drum, not necessarily having to follow the crowd or the trend, you've created your own trend. You've created your own crowd. You see that? So by being an individual, by trusting ourselves and trusting our journey, we're able to go places and explore things that we didn't know was possible because it's not necessarily the norm, right? And in doing so and completely surrendering to this higher power, this higher being, this higher source energy, you know, God, whatever you would like to call it, by surrendering and following that, getting out of our heads block. You know, our brain can really block this stuff. So by continuing our spiritual journey, by continuing this faith in our own individuality, we become, you know, that staple, that flag, that light, the lighthouse, you know, that we've been talking about. We are that lighthouse, that center point of the you know, this stable arc of the bridge. You know, it's just like the other people have to know that the bridge is supported in order to cross it, and you are that support, okay? Because you believe in yourself. It's a very, very, very powerful day, very powerful week, because Venus is the first one to hit that mark, right? It's very, very important. There's always the first and last degrees of any sign are always very, very, very strong. So Jupiter's going to be there all week long. Venus is just the first one to start feeling it, and growing inside of us, right? And a little fire burning bright. And then Jupiter is going to say, okay, we need to expand upon this and expand upon this and expand upon this. So it's going to be a really powerful week, especially when Venus does move into Capricorn. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. We've got a big new moon happening. You know, some of what I'm talking about right now is definitely a part of that, having faith in our journey, surrendering to the unknown, not having an agenda, which can be difficult, to go with the flow of things, you know, and to know when to act. Yeah. So, have faith, march on, be strong, be courageous in your independence, in your individuality. March to the beat of your own drum, and then next you know, you're going to have a whole ensemble, a whole orchestra playing along with you, right? From not being a trendy person to being a trendsetter. Because you believe in yourself and you believe in your journey. And, you know, and we can say, you know, no, I don't need, you know, again, we're letting go. We're letting go of things. You know, we're letting go of drugs, alcohol. We're letting go of old addictions. And we can go to a bar and say, I'll just have a soda and lime, or just a glass of water, or, you know, a regular pop, soda pop here in Michigan, whatever, and to be the one. And not to feel insecure. So important. And you don't have to feel insecure because you're not the one drinking. And other people are like, come on, have a drink with us. It's like, hey, I'm here, I'm present, and I accept you if you want to. Not gonna judge you. And ask the same, for you to not judge me and accept me for not wanting this, or to let go of this part of my life, but to still be here and still be present. And the next thing you know, shots of wheatgrass instead of shots of tequila. All right, march on. Have a beautiful day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Big new moon.